Wireframe modeling. Wireframe models are drawn by using lines and curves. It is connected by their point coordinates or vertices. Wireframe modeling is the simplest way of 3D representation. Even though it is difficult to understand and visualize the 3D model, it is still being used to generate simple geometric shapes and models. Wireframe models contain all information about the locations of all the points and edges in space coordinates. Each vertex is defined by the x, y, z coordinate. Edges are defined by a pair of vertices. Then faces are defined as three or more edges. Now a wireframe is a collection of edges. There is no skin defining the area between the edges. Now a wireframe model is being still widely used in different procedures. Here you can see the AutoCAD window wherein a wireframe model is being drawn. So wireframe model still has an advantage of many applications in the design procedures. For example, like interference checking, layouting procedure, then drawing the check assemblies of different kinds. And it's the simplest way of representing an object in 2D as well as 3D. Now let us see what are the advantages and disadvantages of wireframe modeling. First, the advantages. Wireframe modeling is simple to construct. The designer needs little training. System needs little memory, so take less manipulation time. Retrieving and editing can be easily done. Best suitable for manipulations as orthographic, isometric and perspective views. Can quickly and efficiently convey information than multi-view drawings. The only lines seen are the intersection of surface. Can be used as input for CNC machines to generate simple parts only. Contain most of the information needed to create surface, solid and higher order models. Now let us see what is the disadvantage of using a wireframe model. Wireframe modeling do not represent an actual solids, that is, there is no surface and volume. Cannot model complex curved surface. Cannot be used to calculate the dynamic properties. It is ambiguous views. Image causes confusion. Cannot get the required information from this model. Hidden line removal features are not available. Not suitable to represent complex solids. Not possible for volume, mass calculation and NC programming, etc. Surface modeling. A surface model represents the skin of an object. These skins have no thickness or material type. Surface model defines the surface features as well as the edges of objects. External shape of an object can be obtained with no information about the internal shape. Surface modeling became quite familiar and prominent in sheet metal design industry as well as car body product design. Now we can see a wireframe can be in a wireframe a cube can be generated with 12 edges from 8 vertices in a wireframe. You can see there is 8 vertices and 12 edges, and the edge type are 12 linear type in a wireframe model when you create a cube. But in a cube that is generated in a surface model has 6 faces instead of 12 edges. It has more information than a wireframe model. So in a surface model there are 8 vertices and 6 faces, and each face is being connected with 4 edges. So you have a more better idea about the model. So in a surface model it gives information about the vertices, faces as well as the edges. Surface modeling, advantages and disadvantages. The advantages of surface modeling are: it eliminates the ambiguity and non-uniqueness present in the wireframe modeling, renders the model for better visualization and presentation, the objects appear more realistic, provides surface geometry for CNC machining, provides the geometry needed for mold and die design, can be used to design and analysis complex freeform surface. Surface properties such as roughness, color, reflectivity can be assigned and demonstrated. It is less ambiguous. Complex surface can be easily identified. It removes hidden line and adds realism. Now the disadvantages of surface modeling are: surface model provides no information about the inside of an object. Surface modeling is more sophisticated than wireframe modeling in that it defines not only the edges of a 3D object but also its surface, only surface. Complicated computation depending upon the number of surface. In surface modeling, objects are defined by their bounding faces, so it is difficult to calculate the mass property. Obviously, it requires more time for creation, requires high storage space as compared to wireframe modeling. It is difficult to construct, also requires more time for manipulation. So all the advantages and disadvantages are based on in comparison with wireframe modeling. So why solid modeling? Let us recall the weakness of wireframe and solid modeling. Ambiguous geometric description, incomplete geometric description, lack of topological information, tedious modeling process, awkward user interface. All these were the weakness of wireframe and surface modeling. But solid modeling is based on complete, valid and unambiguous geometric representation of physical object. It becomes complete in the sense that points in space can be classified, that is the outside and inside. It becomes valid by showing the vertices, edges, faces which are connected properly. It becomes unambiguous because there can only be one interpretation of the object. Then analysis automation and integration is possible only with solid models, which has properties such as weight, moment of inertia, mass, etc. Solid models consist of geometric as well as topological data. Geometrical data gives shape, size, location of geometric elements, and topology gives connectivity and associativity of geometric elements. In solid modeling, solid definitions include vertices, edges, surface, weight, volume, etc. The model is complete and unambiguous representation of precisely enclosed and filled volume. It can be used for mass property calculations, analysis, manufacturing, inspection, QC, etc. Most of the software packages provides various options to generate all the types of models, that is wireframe, surface and solid. So solid modeling softwares give a combination of package of wireframe, surface as well as solid. Now analysis automation and integration is only possible with solid models. Advantages and disadvantages. So solid modeling has all the advantages of surface models, that is uniqueness, non-ambiguous, realistic surface profile plus volumetric information. Now solid modeling allows the designer to create multiple options for a design. 2D standard drawings, assembly drawings and exploded views are easily generated from a 3D model. It can be easily exported to different finite element methods for analysis. Can be used in newly manufacturing techniques like computer integrated manufacturing, computer aided manufacturing, and designed for manufacturing and designed for assembly. Mass and volumetric properties of an object can be easily obtained, that is total mass, mass center, area, moment of inertia, volume, radius of gyration, etc. Among the inevitable few disadvantages of solid modeling, the first one is that it requires intensive computation than wireframe and surface modeling. It requires more powerful computers for faster with more memory and good in graphics.